Good day, everyone. To everything, there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven, a time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. Ecclesiastes 3:1, 4, and 5. Unfortunately, right now, our world is experiencing a time to refrain from embracing. I personally miss all the hugs and handshakes from my friendship family and from so many other individuals. Good day, everyone. I'm Brother Dr. Philip Masterson, and on behalf of our Health and Wellness Ministry, I'm here to share with you a medical moment. And I know it's been a minute. Today I want to speak a couple of minutes on how to cope with corona. As humans, we are social animals and we need to interact with each other often. We need to laugh together. We need to cry together. We need to dance with each other. But most importantly, we need to touch each other. A hug and a handshake can be life-saving. As a longtime healthcare provider, I have learned over the years that my most important and critical therapeutic actions come not from what medication I might prescribe, but it comes from me putting my arm around the shoulder of my patients and telling them, "You're going to be all right." Sometimes it comes from holding their hands and saying a prayer with them. The human touch is the most critical tool in a physician's medical tool bag. People don't care how much you know until they know that you care. And by the way, I'm proud to say I now work in a Christian-based freestanding ER where praying for and with our patients is strongly encouraged among our staff physicians and nurses. In fact, we start each day with an open prayer with each other. Since COVID-19 has inundated our world and our country, millions of people are struggling with severe stress, great fear and anxiety, downright depression, and suicidal ideations, more so than in recent history. COVID-19 has changed our entire world, unlike anything we have seen in over 100 years. Even though many scientists predicted this time would come again, the world and our country was not prepared for it. This virus is no joke. Millions of people are becoming ill, and it is killing individuals every day, young and old. Furthermore, it would not just simply go away because of wishful thinking. A few common sense measures will literally prevent thousands of individuals from becoming infected with this disease and possibly dying. You've already heard the suggestions from our healthcare specialists. Wash your hands frequently. Keep socially distant. Wear a face mask or covering. However, I've come to realize that common sense is not so common anymore, as so many people refuse to take basic precautions to help protect themselves and others from COVID-19. My friendship family, I'm encouraging you all to stay vigilant. Don't let your guard down. Don't be foolish and let COVID fatigue cost you your health and maybe your life. We are all in this battle together. Follow the science and not the prevaricating politicians. I want to share with all of you a little bit of my own personal struggle with corona this year, with the prayer that it helps someone. As an ER physician, since March, I have personally treated dozens, if not several hundred patients with corona infections. It is and has been personally very stressful for myself, as well as many of my colleagues, to treat patients who are extremely anxious, panicky, having chest pain, or fighting for their next breath because they have pneumonia throughout both lungs. Over the period of several weeks, I began to feel depressed. I began having trouble sleeping. When I would sleep, I often dreamed or had nightmares about the coronavirus. Little, tiny corona worms crawling all over my body. Like so many of you, I felt isolated, missed my friends terribly, missed going out to dinners and traveling. I missed exercising in the gym with my wife and playing cards with friends. COVID-19 put a strain on my marriage. My spouse and I argued more. The virus especially touched me one day when a dear, longtime friend of 35 years nearly died in Detroit from this disease. Worst of all, I was also afraid I would contract corona myself and suffer terribly from it. The Bible tells us the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. One particular day, several weeks ago, I was feeling extremely vulnerable. I felt isolated, tearful, and fearful. I knew I needed someone to pray for me and with me. I don't know about you, but I strongly believe in the power of prayer. After asking the Holy Spirit for guidance, I thought about my deacon whom the church had assigned to me. Previously, my assigned deacon was Deacon Tony Burrell. Deacon Burrell and I have prayed together several times in the past. However, he has since moved away from friendship. Then I remembered I now have a new deacon assigned to me for such times as this, Deacon Melvin Locke. Deacon Locke was someone I had always admired and felt I could trust. I made the phone call. I was immediately blessed when he answered the phone and was able to take my call uninterruptedly. I remember holding back some tears and telling him how much I needed some prayer. We were able to fellowship for 30 to 45 minutes via the telephone, and Deacon Locke shared multiple scriptures with me, including Psalms 23, 91, and 121. He also prayed fervently with and for me. I'm grateful and thankful for God for his being there for me. Since our conversation and fellowship, my spirit has remained lifted. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. He brought me up also out of a horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock and established my goings. Psalms 40, 1 and 2. How do we cope with corona and navigate through these times? More than ever, we must stay focused on Christ and God's word to carry us through this crisis. In the United States, we are faced with two crises, one from the pandemic and the other from the insane political fallout that has followed. Only Christ will carry us through these crazy times and not our Congress. If you are feeling sad, lonely, frustrated, depressed, or even suicidal, call someone for help. Friendship. Like myself, we all have a deacon or deaconess at the church we can reach out to. The church also has some healthcare professionals who can help you with depression. Make the call. My friendship family, I love you and I miss you. In God's time, we will get to the other side of corona. I thank God for our Pastor Trotter and the leadership of this church as they work to protect our church body during this pandemic. Again, my friendship family, stay vigilant, be not dismayed, be not discouraged, and be not foolish. Beloved, I wish among all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospers. 3 John, 2nd verse. God bless.